Next act, he's got his own show, his own podcast. I love this guy. Give it up for Miller Rogue, everybody. Come on now.
Give it up for the host, Janice, guys. How many plates of food have you guys had? Is that only the first plate? Oh, second. Wow. I saw the gentleman over there had like 6 beers. He literally brought a 6-pack to the show. No, don't look back. No one's behind you. You think this is some soccer match or a strip club, man? This is cool. All right, cool. Thanks for the honesty. I didn't know this trivia. My name's Miller Rogue. How are you guys doing? As you all know, Rogue is a Chinese last name. Yeah, you look at me with doubt. It's called sarcasm. It's not a Chinese last name at all. There's no Chinese last name out there. It's easy to pronounce. It's easier to do calculus than to pronounce your Chinese last name. Trust me. Trust me. I know it sounds very counterintuitive when a Chinese guy tells you to trust him. I know. I know. One of my friends' last name is NG. How do you pronounce that?
NG?
Who said that?
Me.
Yeah, well, but who says that sound? It's pronounced as How do you figure? You have one consonant on top of the other, right? That's like exact opposite of Dominican Spanish. You know? And as it's pronounced as that's the sound I make when I come. You know? It's crazy. It's crazy. Who would have thought of that, right? And one of my friends was like, President Xi, President Xi, President Xi. I'm like, who's that? And he was like, oh, you know the Chinese president? I'm like, do you know something I don't? I get it, I'm not from mainland China, I'm from Macau. But dude, you're from Iowa. Okay? I mean, but I don't judge people, right? Before I got here, I didn't know anything. I thought Donald Trump was fictional. I did not know he was real. I thought he was from South Park. You know? When I realized he's a real person, I thought the actual Alec Baldwin was the actual Donald Trump. That's why he only shows up from time to time on Saturdays. You know? It's nuts. It's nuts. I haven't been able to see my parents for like about 5 years now, thanks to pandemic, thanks to my people. You know? COVID is never gonna end. You have COVID, you have Omicron, now you have monkeypox. What's next? Orange chicken? Like, no one knows, right? Yeah, I know. I can't see my parents. Like, I have to meet my parents in Thailand because of zero COVID policy in mainland China. And they're so smart. They decided to move to mainland. They're from Macau, right? We're from Macau. If you don't know where that is, you can Google it. It's fine. Like, they moved into mainland China right before pandemic, right? So smart. And then now they have COVID tests every day. Every day, COVID test. Now COVID test is like breakfast. You have it every day, right? It's crazy. Imagine, like, you know, my parents are Russian. They're like, you know what? Why don't we move to Ukraine right before the war? Makes no sense. Makes no sense. Like, during pandemic, my friend was like, you know, you heard those people saying like, why don't you go back to your own country? And he said the same thing to me. Dude, why don't you go back to your own country? I'm like, could you please help me with that? They don't let me in. They don't let me in at all, you know? Yeah, it doesn't make sense. I know. Any of you guys been to anywhere else besides New York, like Mexico City? Right? Yeah, you been to Mexico City, sir?
To Mexico.
Okay, that's fine. Mexico City is part of Mexico. You probably went to Cancun or something. So Mexico City is a very interesting place. There are a lot of Mexicans, first of all, right? There's a Chinatown with no Chinese people. What kind of Chinatown is it without Chinese people? That serves tacos and enchiladas. What kind of Chinese restaurant serves mapo tofu with jalapenos? Right? And on top of all that, what kind of Chinese restaurant speaks Spanish? Right? It makes no sense to me. It doesn't make much sense. I live uptown. Anyone knows where uptown is in New York? Yeah, where's uptown to you? Up? Like 57th Street?
No, like I would say it's 80th to like 125th.
Yeah, it's 168th and above.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Let me tell you something though. Uptown Manhattan and Upper East Side share one commonality. You barely see any homeless people. Like, really. And Upper East Side people go over there to wash their cars for free whenever they pass by a fire hydrant, you know? It's great, it's great. I produced a show up there, like Janice said, it's called Uptown Comedy. I invited a comic to perform. She was like, excuse me, it's so dangerous up there. I'm like, dangerous how? She's like, oh, you know, people get robbed. I'm like, that's right. I moved up there before the pandemic started. Oh, actually, right about the time pandemic started. And if, in case you haven't checked, I am Asian. I can tell you that's the safest place I've ever been in New York. Really, it's not a joke. Do I look like I have scars on me? No, I haven't been victimized as a hate crime. So yeah, and then it's not like once you get on a train up on 168th Street, people whoever get on a train are robbers. They just start to rob going north because there's only 3 people on each train car. You know, I'll leave you guys with this. My friend was like, "Why did you move all the way to Uptown?" I'm like, "Because there are fewer Asians there. I like chopped cheese, you know? Did you move up there to gentrify?" I'm like, you know what? 250 million Chinese people is not enough in this world. Thank you very much. That's my time.